Yo guys, after you get done LARPing and nothing ever happens, and my culture is not your costume, after you get done grifting and grinding and what's the word? Shifting? Being shifty? You got that? Hello, my fellow N-words. Okay? You gotta know something. Alright? I have haters. Surprise, surprise. Everybody got them. You know? Because the only way people can really know about things these days is if they're hating on it. You know, you can't just know stuff anymore. You know? You can't just know stuff. You know, it's either a grift, a grind, a LARP. You know, not working hard enough or not working smart enough or this or that. This is why I don't tend to reply to hate comments. Why? Because they're hate comments. Somebody's gonna, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's a hate comment, like what they said, if it's a hate comment, there will be somebody, and I mean somebody, that will hate on them. I am not even kidding you. I'm not saying you should go and do this, but there tend to be people who do this. They'll see a one hate comment. One fucking hate comment. All of the fucking sudden, oh, you hated on this guy? Yeah, let me just, absolute obliterate you. And then and then a bunch of other people start getting involved, either defending or going against this person, and then it keeps going and going and going. Especially for my really older videos. Not so much my newer ones. Yeah, I might get a hate comment here and there, but for my longer content anyway, I don't really get that as much. For my shorter content, I kind of do, because when it comes to shorter content, it just hits whoever sees it. Whereas longer form content usually goes to whoever the attended audience is, even if you're not subscribed. As long as you hit the intended audience, I think I'll be fine with that. And the intended audience is somebody who would want to watch this type of content. The type of content where I'm in it, well, not just me, obviously, and whatever topic I'm particularly talking about. You know, if you like stuff like the things that I talk about, which is literally any kind of subject, because I'm that kind of YouTuber, you know, as long as YouTube allows me and I have room to talk about it, you know? But anyway, on to today's schedule of video making. Let's see, where are we? What topic can we talk about now? Oh, I know. Music. Music lately has gotten a little bit strange, you know? You had the tattoo guy in 2006. Oh yeah, he was the trap guy, and he had tattoos everywhere. Then you had 2016, and it's a rap guy this time, but he still has tattoos everywhere. And now it's country music. And guess what? It's still the guy who has tattoos everywhere. Ooh, you know? That's been the trend for at least 30 years. Not 30 years. 20 years, excuse me. I don't know. But we really do need some new fashion trend to come around where it shows you the time that you're in. You know what I mean? We don't really have that anymore. People don't really think that, the clothes that I wear is going to be associated with the time that I live in. But Here's the thing. People didn't know that back then either. It's not like people in the 80s and in the 1980s that were dressed up like that thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be remembered for generations. Because unless they were intentionally doing that, most people just wore clothes like that because it was normal back then. Whereas now it's like, oh, you're wearing clothes like that? That's so 1980s. And what does this have to do with music? Something somewhere, I don't know. But I'm telling you that the genre of country music, it's basically, at least modern day, I'm not talking all country music, obviously, but I'm still generalizing and oversimplifying it because, well, country does it to itself a lot, so it's kind of really hard to define modern day because there's not, like, yes, it's popular, but it's popular if you're a part of it, like it's that kind of thing. That's if you're familiar with that kind of stuff. And even if you aren't, even if you're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Motherfucker, these people who make country music think that they're the height of the world. Brother, you made a song about trucks, beers, and butts and boobs and stuff, and also, for some reason, hunting and fishing, I guess? But it's not as common as, like, trucks, beer, and whatever the latest politics is, or sometimes religion, but usually politics, so there's that as well. And I hate to get controversial on it. I know it's controversial what I'm saying in general, but still. You get the idea. Anyway, man. Yeah, that genre is mostly dying off. It may look like it's getting all big and great right now, but in a couple of years, people are gonna move on to the next thing. Even if there's like a time period when people are just really into country, for whatever reason, it can only last for so long. It can only last for so fucking long. Because they're just practically eating what are now, recently, the leftovers of country music. Modern country music. It's not like, that one, what's that one song called? I forget it. I don't know. Then there was music like Sweet Home Alabama and the Redneck song. I mean, it was just a hit at its time. Now it's just mostly associated with incest, but still a pretty good song though. I can't lie about that. Like, it makes her a good ringtone too. So I'll give it that much. You know? Never mind. I thought about something, but I'm like, nah, that obviously wouldn't be allowed on YouTube. You might go, well, why don't you just say it? Because this video wouldn't be uploaded now, would it? You wouldn't be watching this video now, would you? No. Look, I'm not your God, or maybe I am, but even if I was, perhaps, it's not like I'm the one trying to tell you what to think or how to think. Or maybe I could be. I could be the, let's say, ruler of the world. Which one would you rather live in? Absolute anarchy or authoritarian dictatorship? That kind of thing. Where it both in these scenarios, in this scenario, both countries you end up in are like they're economically the same, but like crime wise they're completely different. The rules are completely different. That kind of thing. And this authoritarian dictatorship controls what you can or can't do and when you can or can't do it. And the anarchy side, there's no real laws. There's nothing legal or illegal, so you can kind of do whatever you want. But the problem with that is that there's crime all the time. There's all this stuff going on. But then, in the authoritarian dictatorship, you have to dress a certain way. You have to speak a certain language. You have to be whatever the state religion is. You have to be whatever the, politics is. You have to be into those specific sports, music, everything, ethnic groups, everything. That kind of thing. And then the other one, you can do whatever you want. You can believe in whatever you want, but like there's nothing legal or illegal. So because of it, people are murdering, raping, all this kind of stuff. Doing whatever. Basically, for those who know, Slab City, but an entire country. Like, that's what it would be. And let's say they're, a medium-sized country geography-wise and population-wise. That kind of thing. Which one would you live in? The absolute anarchy or authoritarian dictatorship? Up to you. Up to you. Anyway, that's a question. What else? What else is there? Oh, Detroit Lions beat the New York Yankees today. Time of recording when this video was uploaded. Very interesting. Very interesting. It was 1-3. Not by a lot, but it is baseball, Like, why are you talking about baseball? You're really into this baseball stuff. You're really into baseball, huh? Yeah, that tracks, don't it? Anyway, what else? I don't know. There isn't really much I can really go off of lately. There are many things that I could be talking about right now. What can I be talking about? I don't know. Saw some Asmongold videos today, and I was IRL maxing lately like I was living in real life. Out there living in real life. That's what I've been doing. And you got a bunch of bikers driving by. Oh yeah, we're gonna bike. I don't know how long your attention span is, but I'm surely trying to make it longer. Sometimes I wish I wasn't so single. And then I see relationships online, and then I'm like, oh yeah, it has a bunch of problems with a bunch of consequences that I don't have to have, Like, there's no mandatory saying, oh, you must get divorced now while you're single. Like, what? No, like, that doesn't make any sense, because you're not actually in a relationship to get divorced in the first place. So, like, where's your logic? Where's your fucking logic, Like, they'll say a bunch of weird stuff like that online all the time. All the freaking time, I wish I could still time travel again. I mean, I could, but like not right now, obviously, because of certain individuals. There's something in my hair. But yeah, life is like perhaps maybe life get this life, you hear me? Life life is like Roblox. You get to make games and stuff, but unlike Roblox, the major difference is that it's a first open world. It's a first person open world. Okay? You spawn in the womb and you're sitting there for 9 months. That's not necessarily the loading screen. The loading screen is what puts you in the womb. That's your what's the word? That's your tutorial mode. And then once you get out of tutorial, you be born and then you live the rest of your life till you die. You know? They're like, oh, I live for my girlfriend. I live for money. I live for my family. Motherfucker. I live because 1, I've been born, and 2, I haven't died yet. I hate to break it to you, but that's the truth. You too, sister. I don't know who you are, but I know you're watching this, okay? I'm still waiting for Switzerland to invade Antarctica, so I have more excuses to crap on them, because they're just way too freaking neutral. They are just way too freaking neutral, bro. Do you understand that they are basically doing an all tomorrows situation? If you know the book, I think it was a book, but like the evolution series, I guess you could call it, called All Tomorrows. If you know that lore, that's basically what Switzerland is going to do to Antarctica. They're going to make them into a bajillion different species that way. That specific way. I assume it's not going to go down well, given that too many cows in their fields lately in these years in their hills. And at this point, I'm just saying words just to say words. But on the other end, they're also Switzerland. And I'm not a big fan of Antarctican nationalists, but I do agree with them that Switzerland needs to fuck off because they keep trying to, for whatever reason, wanting more military power in Antarctica. But I think the reason why they don't talk about it is because Switzerland is too neutral, at least in other forms of politics, to care. But, it's not like people are going to care. It's not like in, say, I don't know, 2136, these motherfuckers will completely take over Antarctica and it's gonna start some weird Civil War bullshit. Oh boy, here we fucking go again, you know, all over the place. But if that's not the inevitable, well, then I just lied to you. But, again, it's not the end of the world, perhaps. But hey, at least, You exist, maybe. So, there's that. Do you think the real reason why people haven't discovered going on other planets yet is literally because we don't need to? What if we're not the only life in the universe and we're just kind of here because that's just where we so happen to spawn in, you know? We could have been born in Agartha. But no. We had to be in this exact reality. You know? We had to be in this exact place of time. You know, you couldn't just live your life in the Marvel universe per se, or I don't know, the DC universe, or the Star Trek universe, or the Star Wars universe. You know, you had to be in this one. You couldn't be in the Naruto's. You couldn't be in the JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Was that a JoJo reference? Anyway. I keep telling you this. I keep telling you that. This and that. Words that mean nothing to you. Or is it? I don't know. I don't know why I keep doing that. That's words. Mouth sounds. You know? Like, man. You ever just wish the world can just hurry the fuck up and, you know, become one nation, one country, you know, unified under one language and perhaps maybe one religion, but the religion part is, I don't know, we can keep separate religions because why not? But different languages, I don't know. I don't think I would fuck with that, okay? Like, don't get me wrong. I think we could still preserve the knowledge to keep people understanding the different languages and stuff. But, like, no need to be speaking multiple languages, for the most part. Unless you live in a country where, you know, you have to speak a bajillion different languages, or a lot of different languages. And I know I'm exaggerating the number here, but like a lot of languages to just survive in daily life, such as English, Spanish, Portuguese, because somehow that's a different language. Well, it's more like Spanish is somehow the different language, but still. German, Dutch, French, Afrikaans, Arabic, Mandarin Chinese, Cantonese, okay, Indonesian, right, let's see, I can't think of many other languages. Oh yes, Cleon, because somehow that's a separator now. Latin, because somehow people still speak that even though they're not native speakers. You know, Esperanto, Yiddish, Hebrew, Aramaic. I don't know if that's a language exactly, but still, you know, any other languages? Oh, Hindi. Anywhere else? No, that's pretty much it for most part. Any languages I forgot, you can type them down in the comments below if you prefer. I don't know, perhaps Frisian. But yeah, you can type whatever languages I didn't mention in the comments below. And yes, I'm aware about Icelandic. Motherfucker. Did I say nigger? Nigger? I don't know, but hey, it's not like I got you some snake oil to get it down. I'm the kind of person that if you really, really wanted to, you could talk about your deepest conversations with me in a private conversation behind closed doors. You know, you could say anything to me, really. But because people tend not to do that, they don't know that they can. But you can. I am one of those people. I'm not saying you should go trauma dump in the comment section. Okay? And I'm not saying only trauma dumping on me. No. That's what I fucking mean. What I fucking mean is you can tell me the things that you would normally not tell to yourself. You know? Like in private behind closed doors. Metaphorically speaking. You know, I don't mean like literally closed doors, but you can interpret that as such if you want to. Well, anyway, anything else I could mention? Well, not really. But, I'm going to wrap this video up. So, if you have any comments or thoughts or ideas you would like to express, you can. You know, I'm not saying you have to, but you can, you know? Like, I'm not your boss, your parent, your, I don't know, ally, but I'm not your enemy either, you know? Like, I'm not trying to threaten you to do something. Like, why would I do that? Why would I go around threatening you over some stuff that you believe in? You know, like, it really gets you in the head. Really makes you think. You know, like, I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. I really, really don't. So anyway, anything else? I don't know. But yeah. Again, if you want to subscribe or whatever, you can, but it's not like I'm trying to force you to. But anyway, again, I know I keep saying again, like a broken record, because, ooh la la, he said word fancy, he said da 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 da. Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to remind you for the last time before I actually end the video, you can comment whatever thoughts or, I don't know, prayers for some reason in the comment section down below, or whatever the fuck you want to type. And it's not the end of the world, or maybe it is, but yeah, you can do that. But again, yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. So I think you get the idea, don't you? You know, you really do. You really, really do. So anyways, that's pretty much the end of the video. So I shall see you guys later. Okay, bye.